We have the stressor, but the adaptation already occurred. So the adaptation equals the stress. But we have to put a little more stress so that the current adaptation that we have is not able to handle the stress that we are giving it. So the adaptation has to go even one step further and build a little more muscle. So in layman's terms, you have to get stronger, you have to get faster each time you go for it. That's the magic of gaining muscle. You don't get there fast, but you get there guaranteed. Roll the intro. Hi, my name is Roger from Fat Forfeit. I'm here to show you how you can turn your body from this into this, following my advice to create your very own personal fitness lifestyle. So, without further ado, let's dive right in. In the old days of the human race, we would use our muscles to work the field, to pick berries, to hunt animals, to keep the tribe alive, to build houses. That type of profession, activity still exists today, but only a minor amount of people actually do it. Most of us are sedentary. Most of us don't use our muscles unless we go to the gym or practice a sport and actually use them for that activity. However, it doesn't mean that having muscle on your frame and on your ass is not very helpful today still. For different reasons, it's equal or even more important than the old days of the humankind. A muscular body is a sign of good health, vitality, energy. It's a clear indication when a person sees you and you have a good amount of muscle mass that you care about yourself, that you put in the effort to do things, that you are not a slut, and that only with just the capture of your image people can see and can tell a couple of things about you that are very positive. And the way people perceive you is the way people are gonna treat you, and really helps when people treat you right in life. We all know the mind and body are connected, and with a strong body comes a strong mind. A strong mind is able to withstand life's difficulties, and a strong body allows you to not fall and break a hip when you're 70. Both the mind and the body are a reflection of you as well, and your self-esteem. Most people really like the appearance of a lean and muscular physique. It helps if you're a man, it helps if you're a girl to attract the opposite sex and have a little bit more attention with your looks. And one of my number one reasons to put on a lot of muscle mass is to enjoy old age. Life is a roller coaster from 20 to 40, 50 years old, and then winds down quite a lot, and you get way more fragile. And fragility comes with old age, but you can prevent it with muscle. It protects your joints, it protects your skeleton, it protects you. Something that might hurt someone who is not physically active will not hurt you as easily. That's really important in old age. You don't want to get surgery for a hip replacement or a knee replacement. If you have muscle, it means you exercise, it means your cardiovascular system is also well. So one hand washes the others and the two wash the feet. We know why we want to build muscle. Just what does it take to build muscle? It's very simple. You need stress and an adaptation to that stress. So the stress is given to your body by your exercise plan, barbells, weightlifting, calisthenics, sports, martial arts, running, jumping, anything. Anything that you are not used to, your body will need to adapt to, because you'll put it with a stressor that he is not prepared. And with that stressor comes the adaptive response. The natural way your body adapts to that stress is to prepare it for the next time it will come. This adaptation can only occur if you keep stressing it and giving it a reason to adapt. It's very easy, the science, to build muscle. You just stress your body, it adapts to it, you stress it even more, it adapts even more, and the cycle repeats. There's a lot of misconceptions about muscle and fat and what is the relation between the two. If you're on your first years, it's very easy to lose a lot of fat and put a lot of muscle if you give it the stressor. However, you can also lose fat and lose muscle. If you go all out on your diet and you don't exercise at all, the body will use muscle mass for energy just as much as fat. It's more difficult for the body to use your proteins as a fuel source, but it will do so if you don't give it a reason to maintain a high demanding metabolic cost of your muscle mass. It will use it. You should focus on exercise and nutrition in order to preserve your muscle mass and lose fat. During your first year, you can put up to 9 to 11 kilograms of lean muscle mass if you aim for it. If you aim for maximum muscle mass gain, you can gain a lot of it in the first year. It's the so-called newbie gains. The stress response and adaptation to your body that occurs during the first year is like none other. The only other way to have this type of response in the next year is if you do drugs, testosterone and androgynous things, and this makes a huge difference in one's own frame, self-esteem, self-identity, and if you do it correctly, you will be amazed at the results. Just remember that every person is an individual genetic build-up and everyone is different. My biceps are not your biceps, my shoulders are not your shoulders, my pecs are not your pecs. Really focus on comparing yourself to yourself, not to other people, because that will leave you disappointed even though you're making an amazing amount of progress. And we are here to improve on ourselves, not compare ourselves to other people. If you like the video so far, guys, leave a comment down below with any other questions or topic for the next videos. Leave a like and subscribe, ring the notification bell so that you are aware when my next video drops, and I thank you for the attention. Next up are the 5 commandments of building muscle. Number 1, consistency is undebatable. It has to be present. The way muscle appears and is created is very simple. Stress, adaptation, stress, adaptation, stress, adaptation, etc. If you take out the stressor, the adaptation will not happen. And if that stressor is taken away long enough, the adaptation that occurred up until now will no longer be necessary, and the body will not have a reason to keep the muscle mass. And everybody who has trained a couple of years knows that if you stop for a month, you come back weaker. You lost some muscle mass, you lost some of it. You can regain it, muscle memory is a thing, but if you are not consistent with your approach to nutrition and exercise, you will lose your muscle. If you don't do what a fit individual does, why would you look fit? Commandment number 2. You cannot build without the building blocks. You need protein for your body to create muscle. And protein can be acquired with food, with supplements, any way, shape or form. There's a limit to what your body can use. Generally, it's 2 times your body weight in kilograms for grams of protein, or in pounds, I'll put down below. If you do this, if you aim to focus your diet on achieving this number of grams of protein, you will find that your body will build muscle a lot faster. The adaptation to the next stressor will be faster as well. You will be ready for the next training session. You would have built through rest and nutrition the building that needs to be there in order to handle the stress. But you will keep stressing it even further. And that is where commandment number 3 comes in, which is progressive overload. And it's a very flashy term to explain something very simple. So we have the stressor, but the adaptation already occurred. So the adaptation equals the stress. But we have to put a little more stress so that the current adaptation that we have is not able to handle the stress that we are giving it. So the adaptation has to go even one step further and build a little more muscle. In layman's terms, you have to get stronger, you have to get faster each time you go for it. And this can be measured in reps, in sets, increasing time, decreasing time, how much total volume you do. There's a lot of ways to keep increasing the stress levels. When you are a noob and you're starting out, the progression is very, very quick if you do things right. Commandment number 4. Strength training, calisthenics and hypertrophy training is always superior to cardio in building muscle. It does not invalidate the powerful health benefits of cardio. It's very, very important to have a good cardiovascular system, but if your aim is to build muscle, these 3 components are the most effective ones to build it. And this does not invalidate the sports, the martial arts, the other activities that also cause a stress that your body needs to adapt to. If your aim is to be fit, any other activity will do. Commandment number 5, and I think the most important one. The only way to keep your muscle is if you use it. And to keep it forever, and forever is a very long time, you have to like what you're doing. So if you don't like weightlifting, if you don't like strength training, you don't have to do it. You can use it to put on a couple of extra pounds of muscle in the first years, but if you don't like it, you will eventually stop and you will lose it. So pick an activity that you want to keep forever and discover other activities with your body that you can do that will keep pushing your body forward and keep pushing it to the next level. You will build more muscle and become more agile, more fit, and you will enjoy the process of building muscle. Doing an activity with the sole purpose of building muscle and looking good is one of the biggest motivation aspects of going to the gym. So love the activity you're doing. Learn to love it if you don't. If you don't, pick another one. There's a whole other list of activities. Pick another one and stick to it. If you look leaner, you will look more muscular, even if the amount of muscle is the same. If you have a thinner layer of fat covering your muscles, the fibrous nature of your muscles will show, the veins will show, the contours of the body, the sculpting of the body will be visible in your skin. If you are fat and you have a lot of muscle, you should lean down so that you can actually show the muscle and look good in it. Hope you follow this advice. Hope you can build some muscle mass and feel good about yourselves. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, leave any comments down below for any extra topic you would like me to approach. Thank you very nice and have a nice one.